Hey, greetings, CBC. Welcome to this week's Sunday warm-up. Got a special one for you this week. Anthony's going to be preaching this Sunday. Many of you have gotten to know Anthony. It's been, about 13 months ago that you preached for the first time. So he's going to preach for his second sermon here coming this Sunday. And this is his first ever Sunday warm-up. So I'm going to step out of the way and hand it over to Anthony.
What's going on, CBC? I'm so glad to be able to stand up and talk with you again about Jesus here on a Sunday. I was just telling Pastor Scott how, this time, preaching, it feels a little bit weightier, so to speak. Like there's more of a weight to it, but in a good way. And the weight comes from because over this past year, I've come to know a lot of you and understand. You've come to know me and the troubles that maybe we both share, and so I know who I'm talking to this upcoming weekend, and I enjoy that, and so I just wanted to go ahead and just prep us for what we're about to get into. John chapter 14. I think this is a challenge that Pastor Scott wanted to give me. He took a chapter that would take him 3 months to get through, and wants me to get through it in one day. Now I just say that to preface. We're not even going to scratch the surface of John chapter 14. You could preach for this on months, and I'm not going to scratch the surface of it this weekend. What I rather want to do is kind of look at the chapter as a whole and looking at the why, right? The why of what Jesus is saying, and see how all of these words of Jesus, how they come together. Again, we're in this upper room discourse, and Jesus, he's with his disciples the night of Passover, and it's the night the night of his betrayal and arrest before he will go to Calvary, right? And he knows that things are going to get tough for not only him but also for his disciples. And on top of that, Jesus knows that he's not going to be with his disciples anymore. And through the struggle, through the trials that they're about to endure, he offers them these words of peace. He says in John chapter 14:1, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me." So he wants them to not have troubled hearts in times of trouble. He wants them to have more belief. And we see at the end, he reaffirms this. He says in 27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled. Let them not be afraid." And if you jump down to verse 29, he said, "And now I have told you all of these things before it takes place, so that when it does take place, you may believe." So there we go again. Why is Jesus saying what he's saying? So that they have peace, so that his disciples don't have troubled hearts in the times of trouble, and so that they may believe. And as I was trying to figure out what to specifically preach through this week and what to talk about, I started to go through with a highlighter. I don't know if you highlight in your Bibles, or if you don't do that, I would encourage you to do this same exercise. Go through and just mark down what words of Jesus, what verses specifically speak to you and give you peace. Like, what would give you peace in times of trouble? What would still or calm a troubled heart? Because we all have trials in our lives where we do have that troubled heart. What verses would we hold on to that would increase our belief, right, as disciples when we're going through these hard times? And I went through and I focused on a few of them in my studies, and that's kind of gonna lead the outline of what we're gonna speak through this week. But as I said, I'm not gonna be able to scratch the surface. I encourage you guys to all spend some time in John chapter 14, and if you spend the time in that chapter, the time that it deserves, you will find that, man, there are some heavy, deep, encouraging, peace-giving, life-giving words of Jesus to his disciples then and his disciples now, you and me. So I'm thankful for this word, and I just ask for your prayers this week as I continue to prepare for this Sunday. Can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to get in the word with you. We'll see you soon.